Dear 2020, you suck. The year that was supposed to be my best quickly turned to my worst. You led me to believe that all the missing pieces were coming together, and then, bam, the whole 18-year in the making puzzle was obliterated. Let's take a look back to see how everything fell apart. January. It was the beginning of my final semester of high school. I was terrified to soon have to leave everything I've ever known, but most importantly, I was beyond excited. I joined an honors band at the college I was going to attend. I fell so in love with my soon-to-be home. And that's not even the best part. After years of doubting my talent, I landed a solo over many other talented musicians. Hearing the applause after the performance was the most liberating feeling I've ever experienced. February. I was questioning my plans for the future, and ultimately I decided to take a gap year to figure my life out. My friends and family were extremely supportive, which helped me feel confident in this tough decision. The latter half of the month consisted of me gaining confidence in my appearance. After 2 months of tragic hair colors, I found a solution. Then 2 days later, I got my braces off. Now, that was a huge confidence booster. March. Started out great. My school concert band went to contest and we scored straight ones. I was also in the pit orchestra for our school musical for the first time and it was amazing. Then on March 12th, everything changed. It was a normal school day. I recall stressing over my calculus test, which was the next day. Throughout the day, people were talking about the possibility of school shutting down for 2 weeks due to this mysterious disease called COVID-19. Most of us shrugged it off as if nothing too serious, and others were excited for a potential extended spring break. I remember being in pit practice talking to a friend about how I hoped that we got the next 2 weeks off so that I wouldn't have to take my calculus test the next day. Then, 10 minutes later, we heard the word that we were going to be shut down for the next 2 weeks. We all left without even knowing that we would never return. On top of school shutting down, the movie theater that I worked at also shut down 2 days later, leaving me unemployed. April. Spring break was over and we were all expecting to return to school. 3 days before our return date, we heard that we were now not expected to come back until May 1st. This is when I realized that my senior year was over. I knew that I would not have the chance to say goodbye to a lot of people that I had known for a long time. Easter passed and it didn't even feel like a holiday. Everyone was just so sad. May. You guessed it. School never resumed. I locked myself up in my room every day because something I had been looking forward to for 18 years was just gone. I finished my last day of high school on a random Thursday in my bedroom. June. I officially graduated. Our school organized a graduation at our local drive-in movie theater. It was the best they could do given the situation, but it simply was just not fulfilling. I would drive up to the school parking lot some nights to cry because I just knew I would never walk those halls again as a student. I realized that I needed to accept it, and I did eventually move on, but I still continued to feel empty inside. At the end of the month, I rescued a lovely little kitten and I was feeling happier again. July. I was so excited that I had a kitten to raise and look after. He unfortunately was very sick and the vet seemed hopeless and just sent us home with medication. The medication seemed to work great and the kitten was looking healthier. Then suddenly his body gave out on him and he lost his fight. He passed away in my arms and I was completely distraught. I mourned him for days and could not stop crying. It was excruciating. A few days later, I had to get my wisdom teeth removed, so dealing with all that distracted me from the pain I was in from losing the kitten. August. All my friends left for college, and I started back up at my job at the movie theater. Things were feeling somewhat normal again, and I was getting back into the routine of things. September. I went to watch my high school band perform their halftime show for the football games, and it was really fun. Then I turned 19, and it just didn't make me feel any different. October. Lost my job again, and developed severe anxiety. I constantly felt like I wasn't in control of my body and that something bad would happen. It was so intense that I couldn't even get myself to leave the house for weeks, because I was afraid. November. I realized the severity of my anxiety and I sought help. The help wasn't working at first, and I still felt hopeless, and all the days were just melting together. December. My mental state seemed to be improving, and I was able to get myself out more. I even figured out what I would like to pursue in my future. I'm excited for my plans, and it's helping me regain hope again. 2020, you destroyed me more than I could have ever imagined. But boy, did you make me tougher. 2021, please don't fail us. Please rebuild us and bring us back to some sense of normalcy.